Hello, my beautiful soul family. How is everyone doing? Remember that you are always eternal and infinite. And so, be patient as you have all eternity to learn your lessons. Namaste, my beautiful friends and family. How is everyone doing? Hello, Christina. Hello, FSPS. Hello, Arezzo. What's going on? 369. I like that. What up, Nikki? What up, Rebel Gal? How's going? How's it going? Lovely humans. That's right. We are lovely humans. We are lovely light workers. Yes, let's go. Very lovely. Meditative. What's going on? What up, Paul? Hello, Singing Bird. Hello, Aaliyah. How is everyone doing today on a Monday? Yeah. I am doing fantastic, Christina. How about yourself? How has this journey been for you? And let's do something a little different today, guys. I want to keep it, I wanted to keep this live to be more of a chill vibe type of live. And I'm not going to be on here for too long, guys. I'm probably going to be only for like about an hour, but we're just going to gather together today so we can vibe a little bit. Yes, and we can return back to our divinity again, back to our truth again, back to our motivation and our confidence. It's big epic. I am blessed, thankful to be here. Let's go, Christina. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Have you guys been learning your guys' lessons? Have you guys been learning your guys' lessons? Have you guys been speaking to the universe like I've been telling you guys on the community posts? Have you been forming a relationship with versions of yourself? Have you been visualizing your inner child meeting your higher self to create more intention within? And have you been drowning out the noise? Drowning out the lower dimensions? Drowning out the opinions of people that do not understand your journey? I'm finally learning my lessons. Let's go, Christina. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Some lessons are very difficult to learn because it's basically a karma loop. For our whole lives, we've been doing this karma loop without identifying if it's a lesson or not that we have to learn. That's why it's difficult to break these blockages. We have to look really deep within and also be vulnerable with ourselves. If you're not vulnerable and you're not real with yourself, you're never going to find the root of the problem that is within. Yes. Today, feeling great. Monday is a new day. Let's go, FSBS. Let's go, FSBS. I was a rebel gene as in DNA, but Gene is a male name. Ah, interesting. Is it Gene is a male name? What about Jean from, what's it called? From X-Men. That was a female too, actually. And it feels like neutral, actually. Doing my best to learn the lessons, observing the karma loops, though I haven't done much these past days, but I have been great still because I choose to be well and great. Perfect. That's... You're a genius, FSPS. You're a genius. That was perfect. Very well said. I love that. Yes. Someone told me this the other day, and it's just filled with so much truth, and it's kind of the same thing that I talk about karma loops and about going through your darkness, right? This is how you're going to find yourself. But someone told me that the obstacle is the way. The obstacle is your path. Yes? Right? So guys, time is not linear. Okay? Time doesn't go in a straight line. What happens is you enter different events. When you finish with one karma loop, a lesson, right? An obstacle that you overcome, the next obstacle will come. The next loop will come. The next lesson will come. You see, you're not going like this. You're actually going like this. You will never stop learning lessons. The lessons will get easier because you're going to become a stronger alchemist. And it's going to be much easier for you to identify the lessons because your self-development and your philosophy and your growth has given you experience to be able to locate lessons now in the spiritual realm. So whenever you feel like you are dealing with a heavy obstacle, understand every time that this is your path. Understand that this is your highest timeline. Your lower timeline would be you not even acknowledging the obstacle. It would be you not even thinking about learning lessons. Why am I going to learn lessons? Let's go drink beer. That is your lower self. Yes. That is the part of the lower self that doesn't want growth. Because there is a part of you that is the lower self that wants you to grow. Remember, just because you are the lower self as well doesn't mean that you are in a state of fear. When the lower dimensions, the lower chakras are balanced, you are in a state of empowerment. You are in a state of motivation and energy. A state of your own greatness. Does that sound like negative lower dimensional energy? Of course not. This is how you balance the lower dimensions. Balance the lower chakras. By accepting your lower nature and using it, the raw energy of the lower self, using it for your good, your highest good. Using it as an alchemist to transmute energies when needed. I struggle to figure it all out, honestly. Things are falling apart. My family is being unlike they've ever been to me. It's hard. Nikki, remember, Nikki. And the same thing I said in past lives. Every single light worker is gonna go through something heavy in order for them to have drastic change and a big obstacle, right? A big obstacle that you're gonna overcome that's gonna cause metamorphosis, that's gonna cause a grand change. The reason why sometimes these things have to happen, right? Even that it could be a loved one passing away, right? It could be you losing your job completely, getting fired, and your whole life, your career is down the drain, blah, 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 right? Something heavy has to happen in order for your perspective to change, in order for you to change, right? So again, Nikki, assume, I know it's hard, but assume that you already learned your lesson. Yeah? Assume that it is done already. Assume that you overcame this, what you overcame already. Assume that you have already won. And eventually, through time and events and perspective, yes, you will see the lesson that you are learning in this. It's most likely, Nikki, the lesson is to return to yourself. The lesson is to drown out the noise and return back to yourself. And know that you're not just speaking to yourself anymore. You're not just talking to your inner thoughts anymore. You are speaking with God. You are speaking with divine. This is different than speaking with the people on the outside that are also asleep, that have lower consciousness, that don't understand this journey that we are in. Those are the people that you have to put your walls up to. And be serious when you put up your walls, by the way. You're not just going to say a ritual, I put my walls up and nothing can stop me, and that's it. You have to actively practice that ritual throughout the day. If you make a protection ritual and someone comes and you can feel the vibration of this person and you know they're going to say some type of opinion, get your walls up already. Visualize those walls. Visualize that person's energy not being able to penetrate those walls. You have to actively do your rituals as well. You are your rituals. This is what's gonna make you a fucking wizard, my friend. I actually have experienced something today that made me realize I had to optimize and use it for my own good to overcome something. Perfect, FSBS, perfect. You're becoming a master alchemist. Wonderful advice, Christina. Wonderful advice, and I like that. I like that you gave yourself as an example too. You know, a lot of the things that just how I've been learning to speak to people, speak to you guys, is using myself as an example as well, right? Because I know that when I was in the lowest of times, I looked at other people for examples as well, and it helps a lot. It helps to know that the low times that you're dealing with, other people have dealt with it as well, and they overcame it, right? It gives hope. Hold on to that hope, man. When other people give you examples of this, and you're in a low spot, hold on to that hope, because what you're doing, remember, we are one entity in the spiritual realm, okay? So if you're one person and the other person is right here, and they are an example of what you want to be, right? If you connect with them in the spiritual realm, right? If you tell yourself, this is who I want to be, and I like this, and it gives you motivation, it gives you energy, you are connecting with another part of yourself, because you are all one entity, right? So when you connect with that other part of yourself, you start to become that part, right? You see that? It's the same thing that I'm doing with my content, right? I'm just giving my energy, my inspiration, motivation energy, and you give the consent of receiving it. Yes, putting your higher dimensions. That's why there's a very big movement of people wanting to create content, right? Question: if I feel guilt in this life, does that mean I did something wrong in past lives? How does karma work? Okay, so karma is karma works as experience, right? And I'll explain, okay? Everything that we do is experience in this spiritual realm, okay? It is only for us to experience ourselves, which is experience energy. Okay, we want to experience our masculine version of ourselves, we experience the masculine version of ourselves. We want to experience the feminine version of ourselves, we experience that. And that happens in the spiritual realm all the time. So everything, first of all, everything is experience. So if you are experiencing yourself, right, that has a certain karma, you chose to experience that karma. So you can learn a lesson from that. Okay? Now, again, not every we don't come in here to experience just one life, right? We come in here to experience a whole experience. So a whole experience comes with a bunch of lives. So yes, you come in, you fall, right? Fallen angel, you come into this experience, you fall to the experience, and you create darkness for yourself, because everyone that comes into here always falls to their darkness. It's a part of the game, right? You fall to your darkness, you do dark things happen to you, trauma, blah, blah. And throughout the lives that you are living, right, you are actively working on your karma. So each life that you live, you are actively working on it, right? Even if one life, like, you were still doing bad things, but let's say in that life, you actually, like, maybe I am doing bad stuff. Even if you still keep doing it, right? You tell you're being more conscious of it, right? In the next life, it's going to be even easier to let go of the karma. And in the next life, you're actively healing each life. That's why a lot of us, almost all of us, are in our last lives right now. And this might even be your last life. But a lot of us, it's probably our second to last, third to last. Why? Because we're graduating. We've fallen already a while ago. We have a bunch of past lives. Yeah? We're exiting now. That's why we're in this spiritual journey. Because we're advanced in this game that we're in. We're an advanced player now. Yes? We're playing on hard difficulty while everyone is playing on easy mode. Yeah? So yes, that guilt is a part of your karma, Paul. And by the way, guilt and shame are in the lower dimensions. Okay? Remember what I said. There is your lower dimensional self, right? I like to call it the supreme self. The lower dimensional self that is healed, meaning your chakras are balanced. So you're not in a state of fear anymore, root chakra. You're safe. You're not in a state of guilt and shame anymore, which is your sacral chakra, by the way. It is now open, which means you are accepting of yourself and accepting of your nature, accepting of your sexual nature, which, by the way, sexual nature is the lower dimensions, right? If you have lots of shame in your sexual nature, whatever it is, right, that's going to block your sacral chakra, okay? Shame and things that you did in the past, that's going to block your sacral chakra. You have to remember to return to the present moment again. And by the way, this shame that you're feeling, Paul, it's in your inner child. Your inner child is the one that's feeling this, okay? Your inner child has to know that it is not itself that is causing this shame, okay? It has to know that it is not itself that did whatever you think you did that caused you to feel shame. It's not the inner child, right? It was your lower self that did that. You have to let your inner child know that it is separate from the lower self. That way it doesn't take in the energy of the lower self. Does this make sense, guys? Bro, why do every great Himalayan master are saying in the next 3 years the real effects of the Kailug is gonna start? I met a great yogi who said the internet gonna vanish in the next few years. Everything is symbolic, Sachin, in the spiritual realm, okay? And by the way, remember, when a spiritual teacher, guru, I don't care who it is, when they tell you something, they are creating it, okay? All of you guys dictate the universe because you are consciousness. Consciousness dictates the universe. You create this, okay? So if that yogi saw a vision, right, of something happening in the next few years, he created that. You see? He created that vision for himself, and so now he's creating that time path for himself. Because there are infinite possibilities. Yeah? Okay? For me personally, the internet is not going to go away. I know it's not. But there are some things that are going to happen symbolically. Yes? So again, when the spiritual realm comes to you with advice or guidance and tells you this is going to happen in this here or this and that, a lot of the times it can be symbolic, right? Like the 3 days of darkness. It's not an actual 3 days of darkness that we're going through. It's just symbolic for the dark night of the soul, right? You as the light worker are going into your 3 days of darkness to purge yourself. You see that? Everything is symbolic in the spiritual realm, my friends. Yes? Because it's not looked at through logic. You are looking at it through energy. Logic says, this works because of this, because I saw and I have proof. But intuition and energy doesn't work that way. Energy, each energy plane and energy space, awareness in the spiritual realm has its own truth. The lower dimensions has their truth. The middle dimensions have their truth. The higher dimensions have their truth. And the higher it goes, the more you go back to the absolute truth, which is everything is love. And each dimensional space is a new perspective. Yes? So you, as the consciousness, which space are you getting your information from? Yes? And which timeline are you getting your information from? And which timeline are you creating for yourself? Ravenous Puncher with the, I think that's like $2. Thank you so much, Ravenous. I really do appreciate that very much. Namaste. You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome. I got the keys. What's going on, man? Yes, I know this is just being patient and feeling the feelings. I know I'll make it through to the other side. You definitely will make it through to the other side. I got the keys. It all starts with the power of belief, yes. Namaste, Sanya. I am the universe. Correct. Awakening path. Correct. I was told I'm going to come to the States to survive with son before he is 10. He is nearly 2 now. Interesting. Interesting. I have not read that book, Sachin. I'm not a yogi or anything. I haven't read any... the only book I've read was this that is related to yogiism or Hinduism, is the Shiva Sutras. Yes, because Shiva came to me a lot of times, telling me that he works with me or that he works through me. So I was guided to buy that book from him. Or, yeah. Oh, Sachin, you asked a question before that. Bro, how do we get rid of negative thoughts, which makes us believe even though we hold our perspective strong towards it? Okay, here's the thing. Good question, okay? No matter how healed you are, guys, right? No matter how healed you are, the denseness of this place is still going to be here, right? So let's say you have a very big blockage. I'll just tell you one of my biggest blockages, okay? One of my biggest blockages was the fear of failure, okay? For a very long time, I felt like a loser, you know what I mean? I felt like I wasn't gonna do anything with my life. Everybody was getting ahead of me, going to school, all these things. See, all that stuff programmed the fear of failure in me, right? I didn't want to fail, but because I didn't know what to do, right? I would do things, and since there wasn't my purpose, right? Since the universe was guiding me to do this, I would fail at that. Like, it wasn't my time. I wasn't supposed to do that, right? And so I developed this idea in my mind that I was a failure. So I had the fear of failure in me. It was very difficult to kick it off, right? So I knew I wanted to do something with content, but I mean, even just putting my face out there like I'm doing now, back then it was scary. I like, it was a big task, and I feared failing. So I wouldn't even start, right? I wouldn't even start. So I had to heal this for myself, okay? And so now that I'm completely healed, right? I healed that blockage of myself. It still comes up every now and then, right? And it'll still block the inner child. Every single day, guys, I have to speak with my inner child, okay? And I visualize a scenario with my inner child, my higher self, and another version of myself that I call my supreme self. My supreme self is just my higher self in the lower dimensions, okay? This is how I see myself in my world, right? In my mind. And what I do is, and now I'm visualizing this all in my mind while I'm meditating, feeling all of it, guys, okay? While I do this, in my mind, the supreme self and the higher self is there telling the inner child, right, that it is safe, that it has nothing to worry about. All it needs to do is have fun and play. The supreme self will take care of everything else. Will take care of all the stress, will take care of all that other stuff. It doesn't need to worry, right? When I create the scenario in my mind and I feel it and I believe it with as much intention as I can, it becomes that. I let go of the insecurity that my inner child was feeling. It is your inner child that feels all of this, guys. All the insecurities, all of that is your inner child. And by the way, your inner child is where all of your inspiration comes from, where all your motivation comes from, where all your play, your creativity, all of that, your power comes from there. Okay? Question, FSPS. Should we be excited that this might be our last incarnation, by the way? Very interesting. Of course! Of course you should be excited. Of course! You are graduating. You should be 100% excited, right? Here's the cool part. Even if others in this universe, right, they're doctors, right, they're doing big things, right, they seem like they know that they to navigate this world, but in reality, it's us that are the advanced players in this game, not them. Yeah, sure, they have careers and stuff like that. Yeah, sure, fine. We are advanced because we evolved and returned. Yes? That is everyone's experience when you go through your 40, 50 lives, whatever it is in this world, right? You fall, and in those 40, 50 lives, you learn lessons until you finally come back, right? And leave. So we're right here, guys. You should 100% feel excited. If you're a twin flame, would be the case if you don't hit union in this lifetime? Huh. Can you ask that question again? If you're a twin flame, okay, if you're a twin flame, would that be the case if you don't hit union in this lifetime? Okay, yes, so if you came into this lifetime, right, and you wanted to have a twin flame union, but it didn't happen, it will depend on your soul's evolution, right? Evolution, right? Experience. It would depend on your soul's evolution and experience. If your soul wants you in this 40, 50, 60 lifetime that you're in this experience that you're in, if you have not yet experienced yourself being with a twin flame, then you probably will come back and try it again, right? With the same twin flame, most likely, yeah. It would really just depend on your soul, really. Good question, though. Much love to you, Sachin, as well, and much love to my brothers in India. I know how incredibly spiritual it is over there, and just the little that I've read. I mean, I know about yogis, I know about all that stuff, right? I know about their philosophy, and I absolutely love it, man. Hinduism to me is one of the closest things to the absolute truth, man. The absolute truth compared to other religions, obviously, you know? Because Hinduism doesn't hide anything back. And there's no rules or gatekeepers. They just tell it how it is. And I absolutely love that. Yes. Do you think you could tap into my inner child, Edgar? Wow, interesting. I've never had anyone say that before, but I think I can. Very cool. If you are here, I got the keys. I'm going to tap into your inner child. But if you can hear me at this moment, would you mind relaxing yourself? Since this is the first time I tapped into your inner child. And in your mind, say, I consent. Okay. This is what I saw for you. I got the keys, okay? Your inner child feels very neutral to me, okay? He's happy. He was smiling towards me. But there's still some healing to do, yes? It feels like His confidence is not really there. Does this make sense? I got the keys. He was looking at me like this, okay? Looking at me like, right? Happy, but almost there. Yes? This makes sense? He needs more confidence in itself, your inner child. I got the keys. Okay? It needs to feel confident in itself. By the way, this is the way to heal, guys, the inner child is by creating visualization scenarios in the mind. Okay? Create your own, create a visualization scenario of you meeting your inner child, right? You meeting your inner child, okay? And feel as if you're both, right? Remember, it's all about being aware of the energies inside of you, okay? It's all about being aware of, like, right now I'm being regular 3D self, and then I get to switch into my inner child and how my inner child feels, right? You have to be able to differentiate that in your mind. Be aware of those things, yes? That way you're going to be able to do these scenarios much easier, okay? But yes, visualize scenarios in which you meet other parts of you. Remember, you guys are creating a divine union within, okay? Your inner child, everything is symbolic, guys, okay? Your inner child is indicative or is connected to the divine feminine within, your Shakti energy, right? Your power. That's where your power comes from your inner child, okay? You can't do shit in this world. You can't feel excited or motivated or create anything without the inner child feeling inspired, right? How is the inner child going to feel inspired if it doesn't feel protected, right? So you as the higher self, or even just the warrior self, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, right? The divine masculine aspect of you that is protecting your inner child, which is the divine feminine, right? You need to create that in your mind through visualization, okay? And feeling. This is how you heal the inner workings of the mind, by creating divine union within. Yes? Divine union is everywhere, guys. You have to this is balance, by the way. Right? This is you balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Your inner child has to feel protected by your warrior self. Yes? By your supreme self. Your higher self. Whatever, right? And then the higher self, the warrior self, let's call it the warrior, it's more of a masculine energy. The warrior self, yes? The warrior self looks at your inner child like a diamond. Just like how the divine masculine would look at the divine feminine, like a diamond, like a flower, right? Beauty, precious, great, right? Majestic. And your inner child will look at the divine masculine like how you would look at Archangel Michael, right? Awesomeness, greatness, protection, strength. And your inner child is going to look at your warrior self like a G and feel insanely protected, right? This is going to help clear your energies, guys. Okay? It's all in the visualization techniques. Dr. TM, thank you so much for the cool little super sticker here. Let's go. Reminding me of my cup of coffee. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really do, guys. I really do appreciate your guys' donations, okay? Remember, guys, it is not mandatory, okay? Only if you feel it at the bottom of your heart, yes? Question. As light warriors, I love that term, man. Light warriors. Should we be participating in the things of the Matrix, like holidays or election voting? I know a lot of that is just a show for the masses now. Yes, you are correct. It is a show. It is a stage, right? But here's the cool part. Now that we know that this is a stage, yes, now that we are awakened, we're not in the beginning of our awakening anymore, okay? Unless some of you guys are still, and that's okay, right? If you are, by the way, if you're in the beginning of your awakening, I suggest drowning everything out. Okay, nothing of the Matrix for now. If you're in the dark night of the soul, black phase in alchemy, for now, drown everything out, go in your inner world. But if you are already getting out of that phase, right, going into like the middle phase of alchemy and stuff like that, being able to talk to the higher self, and you've healed a little bit, all that stuff, all the good stuff. Remember the perspective that you have now. The world is a stage, and it is okay for me to indulge in that stage. It's okay for me to go in and look at, scope it out, right? Whatever. But remember, always return to your divinity. If you feel yourself being more irritated, if you feel yourself being rage baited, right? Remember, the politics, it's all rage baiting, guys. It doesn't do shit. All they do is get you to get angry. That's the whole point. Put you in lower dimensions. If it starts to get at you, right? If it starts to rage bait you, fear monger you, all that stuff, and you start to feel it a little bit, put it aside and come back to your divinity again. The cool part about being more advanced as an alchemist rather than being a beginner alchemist is that now when the matrix begins to enter you, right? Begins to put fears in you and things like that, keep the perspective of like, okay, perfect. Now I get to practice my divinity. Yes? Now I get to practice my alchemy. Yeah, there's darkness in here, but I'm a fucking badass alchemist. Okay? I can let go of this and return back to my love again. Right? Every time, guys. Perspective is key, guys. Every time you get lower energy, always remind yourself, perfect. Great. Remember, glass half full. Great. Beautiful. Another lesson for me to learn. Another opportunity for me to practice my craft. This is your craft, guys. Okay? Like a carpenter. Like a mechanic. Right? Alchemy. The mind. That is your craft. Treat it as such, my friends. Practice. Discipline. Question by Sarah. Kali Ma presented herself, ooh, interesting, to me a few days ago. Wow. Edgar, does Kali have a specific message for me? Thank you in advance. Interesting. I've only connected with her one time. Very powerful, very, very powerful energy. Dark feminine energy, yes. Let's see if I can connect with her. Actually, let me put up a picture of her. That helps a lot. Yes. It is in the combination of the dark feminine and the light feminine that you will find balance between the feminine energies. Don't forget your lower feminine. Yes. Don't forget the she warrior. Yes. She is also a very dangerous and very powerful. By combining the raw energy of the lower dimensions, the raw lower feminine energy with your light feminine energy, you can become a master of the feminine. Kali is just Shakti with lower frequencies. Yes. Woo! Very powerful deity. I think also, this is the same message, by the way, Sarah, that she told me as well. Everyone seems to forget Everyone always looks towards the divine feminine energy, but they forget about the lower feminine, the dark feminine energy, and how powerful she actually is. And they only look at the dark masculine, right? They don't see the power that the dark feminine has. Lots of power and leadership power as well, and strength, raw energy as well. I think this is the same thing that she's trying to tell you that she told me as well. Do not forget about this energy. Yes. This goes for everyone, masculines and feminines. Okay, guys? I never see anything in meditation but colors. That's where it starts, Xander. That's where it starts. When I started meditating in like 2016, I think, um, that was the first color I ever saw. Was yellow, right? Now I know that I was just activating my solar plexus chakra, but yeah, that's the first color I saw was yellow. Yellow and blue. Yes, turn politics off, man. All it is rage baiting. We already know who's going to win. It doesn't even matter who's going to win. It's a stage, right? All they are doing is getting you to get angry. The conservatives, they don't know anything. The liberals, they're dumb, right? Don't listen to any of that crap, guys. We're not playing that game. Why does my inner child like the ocean? The reason why your inner child vibes with the ocean is because the ocean is at 400. The sounds of waves in the ocean is at 428 hertz, right? That is the heart chakra hertz. That is the nature hertz. That's the love vibe. Yeah. So your inner child just feels love when it feels tranquil and love when it probably sees the ocean, right? Because it's not only just hearing it, but seeing water itself or the ocean also brings calmness as well. Okay. So yeah, that's cool, man. And like I said, guys, there's gonna be different parts of you that are tied to different elements, right? Like a lot of you guys have a lot, especially I think was it Miss Christina here has a lot of. It feels like she has a lot of ties to the earth element, you know? Which is, plants, talking to nature, grounding yourself, all that cool stuff. Would you be able to ask my guides what is the priority to heal the most? Interesting. That's a good question. That's a very good question, actually. Because sometimes we want to heal something else, right? But our lesson is here instead, and we're like skipping the lesson, So that's a very good question. Shift the way you feel about others, Xander. You are looking at things logically still. Look at it through the guise of intuition and energy. When someone disrupts your stillness, whether that be a family member or coworker, don't look at it like them attacking you. Look at it only like energy. And look at yourself like an energy transmuter, an alchemist. You can change that energy within. You must believe that you can do this, though. It is in your belief. Beautiful, 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 wonderful, 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 wonderful. Maybe someone in your life right now is bothering you, possibly. Maybe it could be your environment, opinions of others. It's the way you react to it. Yeah, Xander? Change your perspective on it as well. And don't create enemies for yourself. You're only hurting yourself when you do that, okay? Yeah, it is your perspective on others. Okay? This is a difficult one. This is a difficult one. I'm pretty sure Twin is coming in very soon by the numbers I have been healing. It can be, yes. Okay, yep. That was it. Very, very zen right now. Very, very zen. Good day, Edgar. I appreciate your channel and guidance. Question, am I moving in the right direction for my spiritual journey? Hello, Grace. Thank you for being here. Let's ask the crystal ball. Let's see what the beautiful labradorite crystal ball has for us, yes? As we feel its energy transferring to our mind and our third eye. Clearing our energy first, of course. Spirit is here. What does Grace need to know right now? Let me see her name. Grace A. What does Grace A need to know right now? Yes, Grace, you are. You are moving in the perfect direction. There are times, yes, where you get distracted, and you know this, and that's okay. You come back every time, though, don't you? Even if there are times where you are separated from spirit for a good while, you always return, don't you? Yes. All you have to do now, Grace, is develop a connection with your inner self more and more. The more you focus on this discipline within yourself, it would be impossible for you to stray away from your higher timeline, yes? That's it, huh? That's it. Very zen. Very zen. Okay. Someone asked a question. Have you ever listened to Channeler Darrell, Anka, and Bashar? I've heard about Bashar plenty of times, but I've heard about Darrell as well, but I haven't, or Darrell, however you say his name, or their name, but I have never seen him channel or her channel, but I have seen obviously Bashar. Bashar is pretty big, you know, everyone kind of knows him. Yes. Very good channelers. Very, very good channelers. What would be some examples of embodying the dark feminine energy? Wow, very good question, Crown. Very good question. I like that. So, with the dark feminine energy, you gotta understand, guys, that dark feminine doesn't mean unhealed feminine, okay? It doesn't mean evil feminine, right? It's just dark, right? There's also dark divine, right? Which is more middle, neutral feminine. And then, of course, divine feminine, which is the true feminine energy. Yes, the diamond. Yes. So in order to embody your dark feminine energy, it would depend on which part of the spectrum and the frequency you want to be at. But let's say you want to be more in the dark divine energy, right? So you can use your lower chakras, which are the dark lower chakras, for love. Yeah? So, dark feminine energy, at least the beautiful part about dark feminine energy, is her belief in herself. It is her leadership qualities, but in a feminine way. Yes. It is her inner strength, but in a feminine way. It is her inner wisdom, but in a feminine way. For a long time, even in this world at this moment, even males that have been conquering things in the past, right, whatever, a lot of them actually were accessing their dark feminine energies, even if they were males. The dark feminine is lots of raw power as well. Yes? And if you want deities to connect with dark feminine energy, which is also sexual energy as well, because sexual energy is of the lower dimensions. Athena is good, great sexual goddess. Yes. Kali Ma is also good, but Kali Ma is more lower. But if you are brave enough and you have no fear, you understand that no energy out there, no matter who it is going to disrupt you unless you believe it. A lot of the lower energies have a lot of great guidance. Even Lilith can give you great guidance. You must have no fear though, if you want to talk to her. What is the dark masculine about? It's the exact same thing as the dark feminine, just masculine energy. Lower dark masculine energy. Yeah? Dark masculine is what most people think of as masculine, as actual masculine, when it's not. It's just a dark masculine, right? Which is more like, again, raw energy, piercing, right? Leadership, strength. Strong leadership as well. And by the way, dark masculine, again, can be used for the divine. Dark masculine can be used for leadership skills in this world that work for the light. You see how in the spiritual realm, it's not just this energy and this energy, yeah? It's all of these energies in between, and all of those energies mix within each other, yeah? By the way, Shiva is a very good example of the divine masculine, right? But also Shiva is in all realms, okay? Shiva is in the highest of realms, and Shiva is also in the lowest of realms, because Shiva is the original yogi. Shiva is the one that goes in his mind and accesses all parts of himself. So he accessed a dark part of himself too. The demon Shiva, you can call it that, whatever, right? Dark masculine. Lots of guidance there too, if you want to meet with them, yes. Wow, that's awesome, Sarah. She is a very, very powerful energy. Very, very powerful energy. I have 10-hour exam tomorrow for internal medicine board exam. How did in the exam, because all I know is higher ascended master's level my aspect, who knows, guy can tell us. See in the future from now? Huh. Okay. My parents are very hard to deal with at times. A lot of resentment for how much they help with son refusing to give him formula or even his vitamins. It's if that's about them. It 100% felt like it was your environment. So it probably is about them. Xander, excuse me. Athena is my guide. Let's go, Xander. I've met with Athena a couple times as well. Hey, Edgar. Had something on my mind for the past year. It's life-changing, but I don't know if I'm going to be worse off. Interesting. Do I go ahead with it? I need a clear, strong answer from Spirit. All right. Maybe you can give me a little bit of like a little bit of more of what exactly it is that you're gonna go through, right? But if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. I'll just connect to Spirit. This is scary to you, isn't it? It's a big thing, a big deal, big leap. I can feel that already, big time. Yet you've been thinking about this for a while already. And every time you, nah, I'm not gonna do that, it returns, doesn't it? I think you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. And that knowing, by the way, is Spirit telling you. Yeah? Yes. Whatever it is that you want to do, peace be with me as long as it goes with your evolution. Yes. If it's a big risk, it'll be worth it. Because wherever you are going, there are lessons to be learned. So me thinking about it is constantly, yep. Yep. Take your time with this. Yes? And go over this as well. And accept it now. Yes? There's lots of lessons that are going to come with this. Events. Remember I talk about events? Events that are going to lead to other events that are going to lead to evolution. And evolution leads to abundance. Be patient. Very patient. Actually, I have a feeling weird vibes from him lately. He has been acting all suspicious. Seems like he has a third party perpetrator energy at times. Huh. Okay, FSBS. Remember what we talked about last time, okay? Return back to yourself again. Yes? Let's forget and let go about this energy. You are evolving, FSBS. You are becoming a better version of yourself, FSBS, because you believe it to be so in your heart. That's going to be much more grand for you. So return back to your divinity again. And focus on your own self-development, yes? Paul, question. I was always into cars. Am I going to manifest a nice car in the future? Huh, that's a funny question. Well, it really does depend. It depends on you, Paul. See, here's the thing. If I were to tell you right now, yes, you will. Right? I'm helping you with your manifestations. Because this hasn't happened yet, right? Well, it has. There's a version of you that has already gotten what you gotten already, right? But you have to believe it. You have to create it. If I say yes, I'm helping you create that. Does this make sense? So the more you believe that you will have a dope car in the future, yeah? Nice car. The more you put energy into this scenario, and then you work towards it, right? Patiently, the universe has no choice but to reward you, okay? So yes, you will get a car in the future, Paul. A very nice car. The exact car that you want. You're welcome, FSPS. Stay in that energy, FSPS, okay? Stay in that energy within yourself only. This journey is an epic journey, FSPS. There's lots of things and lots of evolution, okay? Definitely part of my evolution and spiritual growth, and yes, it's very scary. Thanks for the confirmation. You're very welcome. Peace be with me. You got this, though. You got this, guys. I mean, just think about it, guys. Think about all the things that you guys overcame. Even if it's one thing, even if it's two things, doesn't matter. You guys have healed. Every single one of you guys I know has at least healed at least one blockage, for sure. So it's coming, man. Healing is coming. Just be patient. What advice would you give for astral projection or out-of-body experience? Okay, so when it comes to astral projection, out-of-body experience, I've only astral or remembered myself astral projecting like twice. I've had an out-of-body experience once, but I got I had fear, right? Like a fear of the unknown energy came in, and it sucked me right back into my body. I can do remote viewing, right? But remote viewing is easy. It's more like visualization and feeling it completely. So I wouldn't know too much. I wouldn't be able to give you too much advice on astral projection and OBE. The only advice I can give you, right? And it's only because it absolutely makes sense, is work on your fear, right? Work on the energy of fear. In order for you to be open, when you're in the astral realm, remember, there are 3 levels to the astral realm, okay? If you are astral projecting and you go into a realm that has dark entities eating your loosh or whatever, right? And you come back thinking that that's the absolute truth, you are wrong. You are just accessing a story and an energy in the lower dimensions, in the lower astral, where there's darkness. You see that? How energy works, right? So, and the only way you're going to be in the lower dimensions is through fear, right? Now, work on your fear. When you work on your fear, you can be in the lower dimensions without it even getting to you. You could just be observing the lower dimension. That's what it's called, by being the observer, right? Work on your fear, observe only, even if it's a demon that you are observing, you're still observing it and it's not hurting you, it's not going to do anything to you, because it knows that you are in the observer mode, yes? I got the keys, let's go, let's go. I got the keys with the super chat. I'm on shrooms, hey. And I feel my guides asking me for you to tap into the Octarians, Edgar. Thanks much. I just, man, it's funny. Right before this live, I just tapped into them. So let's go, man. Yes. They're definitely here now. Let's see if I can get a message from them, yes? Very high energy. Ah, yes. The soul family. Yes. Yes. Connection to the Octarians is easy, soul family. Connection to the Octarians is easy, soul family. All you have to do is think of the Octarians, and we are there. Damn. You see, Octarians are protecting the earth. A very strong and powerful force field of love and intelligence by the Octarians is surrounding you at this moment. Can't you feel it? Try to accept the healing of the Octarians, the wisdom of the Octarians, and the connection you have with them. Even if, let's say, your incarnation wasn't of the Octarians, it doesn't matter. You can connect to anything. There's lots of wisdom and intelligence by the Octarians that may be helpful for your journey, yes. Just feel. Thank you, I got the keys for the super chat. Appreciate that. You're welcome to Tokir. I had a dream that I was in the middle of a forest surrounded by elements and fae. There was a woman in a cloak. Interesting. I think she was my teacher, or at least that's how it felt like. Remember, KK, everything in the spiritual realm is feelings. If it felt like this was your teacher, then it is. Let me tell you something about myself. The way I opened my third eye when I first had my spiritual awakening, a samurai warrior legend called Miyamoto Musashi came to me, just like that, just like it happened to you, KK. And he told me that I am your sensei. Yes, that I'm your teacher. And so every time I would meditate, I would even get excited. Like, man, I'm gonna meet Miyamoto Musashi, and he's gonna teach me how to open my third eye, right? Be open to these things. If a deity comes to you and says, I'm your teacher, they're going to teach you something. Okay? Be open to that. Visualize that. Feel that. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think this is it. Okay? I'm gonna be here for at least a couple more minutes. I know today was rather short live, you know what I mean? But I have some other stuff I gotta do. But I will answer a couple more of your guys' questions real quick. And then I'm gonna head out in like 5 minutes, okay? This was a cool, awesome little chat. I love kicking it with you guys, man. You know what I mean? I love being, just feeling your guys' energies and stuff. And I love helping you guys. You know what I mean? It really fulfills my soul, man. It really fulfills my soul to help you guys. Okay? So let's answer some of these questions. Do you play video games? Yes. I'm a big time gamer. Not as much anymore, right? I was born in the 90s, so, you know, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, all that cool stuff. That's my thing. You know what I mean? I'm feeling very lost in life. I can't find happiness. I don't love my work, but I have work, but I have other dreams. Yes, you are at this moment. You're going through a dark night of the soul, and you are going through a existential crisis right now. You are in the first phase of alchemy. It's called the black phase. It is the most difficult phase. You're gonna be dealing with your darkness. Okay, right now, Shreya. Okay, what you need is, for sure, you're feeling misunderstood. Okay, your whole world is turning upside down, and you're feeling lonely. Okay, so if you guys want, if anybody here hasn't yet, go check out the Lighthouse. Okay, it's in the video description down below. It's a link to a light worker Discord community. Okay, everybody that is here, that is super awesome, that you see, that is spreading their light and love and all that stuff. A bunch of cool, awesome light workers from all over the world, and ascended masters as well, are all in that Discord, guys. If you feel lonely, right, in your journey, you don't have to feel lonely anymore. You don't have to feel misunderstood. We're all going through similar things, man, and we're all here to support each other. Okay, so if you want a community to help you out, check out the video description down below. The link will be right there. Okay, guys? Okay, Shreya, remember, remind yourself, this journey that you are in is about fulfillment. Okay, it's about fulfillment. Keep faith and keep the hope that you're going to heal. Every single person that is in here, that has been a regular since the beginning, since I've been doing my lives almost a year ago, all of them have healed. We've all been healing together, and we've been seeing each other heal and evolve. Okay? You're here for a reason. There are no coincidences in the universe. Anybody that is watching this right now, that is dealing with what a dark night of the soul, right, or whatever, okay? You're here for a reason. There are no coincidences in the universe, okay? This is the soul fam. This is the soul tribe, guys. We're not alone anymore, my friends. Keep the hope and keep the faith. Sarah with the super chat. Let's go, Sarah. Thank you so much, Sarah, for the $2. Thank you, editor. Many blessings, light brother. Thank you, light sister. I appreciate you being here with your awesome energy, and of course, the super chats. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me answer, I guess, just one last question, and I'll call it quits. Question by Pushel. Been trying to separate from my husband and looking for a place for some time. Haven't gone yet, and he is urging me to move out because of health conditions. Okay, hope can handle on my own. Any advice, please? Yes. Okay. So every time, remember, you're a light worker, okay? And whatever journey that you're going through, yes, you are being guided, okay? You are not alone in this. It's not just Pushel. It's Pushel and her higher self and her inner self and her inner child and her spirit guides and deities, and you have a big team with you. Remind yourself of this, okay? Remind yourself of this. Now, ask for clarity and guidance. You can do it literally right now. You can do it when you meditate. You can do it when you pray, when you light a candle, okay? Ask, and then be aware of the signs that your guides are going to give you in the 3D. It could be a sign on TikTok, literally a video from TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, right? An article that you're reading, a number, right? 111, you're seeing it a lot. You go on YouTube or you go on Google and see, what does 111 mean, right? And then whatever message resonates with you is your message, okay? These signs and synchronicities and guidance, they're going to help you so much through difficult times, okay? Keep the hope, Pusha. Keep the hope. I promise that after you are away from energies that disrupt your stillness, yes, evolution will come even more. You got this. Okay, guys. That's it for today. Thank you. I got the keys for putting the Discord right on the chat. Awesome. Appreciate that, guys. Guys, go check out the Discord. You guys haven't yet. Okay? If you don't want to feel misunderstood anymore, if you don't want to feel alone anymore, go check out the Discord, man. There's so many awesome light workers there. So many awesome light workers there, okay? And every light worker, each one of us, right, has a different role, a different archetype, and yet we're still going through similar things. We're still dealing with karmic family. We're still dealing with karmic ties, with relationship problems, right? With money problems, right? Of course, 100% we're dealing with money problems. We're dealing with work problems, right? We don't want to work anymore. We don't want to have a career anymore. We're probably even dealing with debt or something. All of us are dealing through similar things, guys. Okay? It's supposed to be this way. So that the system that is in place right now will begin to crumble slowly and slowly. Okay? How do I send money? You can do it through the little, I think there's like a little, if you want to send a super chat through here, I think down here somewhere has like a little money sign. If you don't want to do it through YouTube, on my video description down below, I have my PayPal and then I have my Cash App right there. So you just click on either of those links, and if you have a PayPal or Cash App, you can send money that way. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Again, I appreciate your guys' time, your guys' energy, your guys' light as well. It's not just me, guys. I feel your guys' light as well, and it completely clears my energy too, okay? And thank you guys, of course, for the donations as well. I really, really do appreciate that, guys. Until next time, okay? My fellow light workers, my fellow alchemists, my fellow masters of the mind. I'll see you guys. Today's Monday, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, check out the lighthouse.